the choices you make in the next, say, few crucial years could literally shape the next 50 years of your life.
50 years. Wow. That's a long time horizon.
It really is. And we're not just talking about having a good decade here. We're talking about actually laying the groundwork, the real foundation for a truly fulfilling, resilient, and, deeply satisfying life decades down the line.
It sounds like a huge claim. I get that. But it's actually profoundly true, isn't it?
Undeniably.
Yeah.
Your 20s aren't simply a period for let's say, boundless fun and unfettered freedom, though, look, there's definitely room for that.
Of course, you have to enjoy them too.
Absolutely. But maybe more importantly, they are the foundational years. They're the very bedrock of everything that comes after.
That's a great way to put it, the bedrock.
To maybe visualize this, think about it this way. Imagine you're building your dream house.
Okay, got it.
Now, no matter how beautiful the architectural plans are, how luxurious the finishes you pick, or how much effort you pour into the interior decor, if that foundation is weak, right? If it's rushed or poorly constructed, the entire structure is eventually vulnerable. It'll settle, it might crack, or worse, it could collapse.
A nightmare scenario for any builder.
Exactly. And your 20s are precisely that foundation. It's the critical period where you establish the core structure, the invisible strength upon which you'll build your entire life.
That makes perfect sense. The choices feel bigger when you frame it like that.
And I can tell you with absolute certainty, if you seriously consider the insights we're sharing today, if you truly internalize them and make a conscious effort to act on them,
then what happens?
Then your future self, 10, 20, even 30 years from now, will look back with, honestly, profound gratitude.
That's a powerful motivator, avoiding future regret.
Definitely. This isn't just abstract theory, it's really a practical blueprint for a life built to last.
It's actually quite remarkable, isn't it? What's particularly striking about this life stage, the 20s, is its universally outsized impact.
How so?
Well, regardless of your cultural background, your economic starting point, or, the specific social landscape you navigate, your 20s consistently represent this unique and incredibly potent window of opportunity.
A window, okay.
Yeah, it's like a crucible for immense personal growth, a time for deep exploration, and a period just packed with pivotal decision-making that collectively carries an astonishing weight on your future trajectory.
So the decisions now really echo later.
Massively. This is when you begin to truly define who you are, articulate what you genuinely value, and consciously envision the kind of life you want to build for yourself. And the thing is, the decisions made now are not easily undone later. Or at the very least, correcting course in your 30s or 40s demands significantly more effort, more time, and way more emotional capital.
Right, it's harder to change tracks once the train is further down the line.
Exactly. So today, our mission for this deep dive is crystal clear. We're going to dissect and unpack the 3 absolute best choices you can make during this critical decade.
3 key choices.
Okay. We'll dive deep into specific choices concerning your money, your relationships, and crucially, your physical well-being.
Money, relationships, health. The big 3.
Pretty much. Really, equipping you with the essential understanding of what truly matters when it comes to setting yourself up for long-term success, enduring happiness, and hopefully a deep sense of purpose.
A shortcut sounds good.
We aim to arm you with the kind of knowledge that allows you to make these pivotal choices with unwavering clarity and confidence.
So you can look back without regrets.
Precisely. Ensuring that when you look back, you don't do so with regret, but with a profound and, frankly, well-deserved sense of pride for the foresight you cultivated.
Okay, I'm ready. Let's unpack this first crucial area then. The one that often feels, overwhelming, but holds immense power. Money.
Yes. Money, always a big topic.
Now, it's easy in your 20s to think money is simply about how much you make, right? How much you have in your bank account right now.
That's the common focus, yeah, the salary number.
But the true leverage of money during this decade lies in something far more fundamental. something that might genuinely surprise you with its long-term impact.
Okay, I'm intrigued. What is it?
We're talking about the habits you meticulously build around it.
Habits, not just income. Interesting.
Exactly. It's not just about a number. It's about cultivating a deep-seated mindset shift, moving away from a purely consumer-driven approach, that sort of buy now, think later mentality.
Which is everywhere, constantly pushed on us.
Totally. And moving towards an outlook rooted in creation, growth, and robust long-term financial health.
Creation and growth, not just consumption.
Think of it this way. Every dollar, every single pound or euro that passes through your hands is a potential seed.
A seed, okay.
And the way you choose to plant and nurture those seeds now determines the abundance of your harvest later. It's the difference between, say, a sparse little garden and a truly thriving ecosystem.
That's a vivid picture. Planting seeds versus just scattering them.
Yeah.
It's a core principle championed by some of the most successful and enduring minds in financial history.
Like who?
Well, Warren Buffett, for instance. He offered a piece of timeless wisdom that, on the surface, seems incredibly simple, but if you truly internalize it, it's revolutionary.
Okay, what's the quote?
He said, "Do not save what is left after spending, spend what is left after saving."
Save first, then spend. Not the other way around.
Precisely. And if we truly dig into that, you realize it's so much more than just a budgeting tip. It's a profound psychological reorientation.
How so, psychologically?
Well, it fundamentally shifts your priorities. Instead of that pervasive pull of immediate gratification, which, let's face it, is so prevalent and actively encouraged in our consumer-driven world.
Buy now, pay later, yeah.
This principle actively prioritizes your future self. It forces you to consider your long-term well-being, your security, and your aspirations before indulging in those short-term desires.
So future you gets the first cut, not the leftovers.
Exactly. This, at its very core, is a cornerstone of building real, enduring wealth and, maybe even more importantly, genuine financial freedom.
I mean, look at Buffett's own story, right? He started investing in his early teens.
And we're young, yeah.
He wasn't chasing quick returns or hoping for some overnight lottery win. His incredible fortune today isn't because he made money fast through some market fluke or, some crazy risky gamble.
Not at all. It was the opposite of that.
Far from it. He methodically understood and meticulously applied the principle of allowing money to grow over time, patiently, consistently, year after year after year.
That slow, steady compounding.
Exactly. This isn't about getting rich quick. It's about getting rich steadily, getting rich wisely.
The tortoise, not the hare, in financial terms.
Totally. It's about recognizing the often underestimated power of time and consistency, which are arguably two of the most undervalued assets in personal finance, especially when you're young and time is genuinely on your side.
That time advantage is huge. And what's often overlooked about that concept isn't just the exponential growth curves you see in charts.
What else is there?
It's the psychological hurdle it presents. The need to actually sacrifice present gratification for future gains.
Ah, the discipline part. That's tough.
It really is. It demands a rare kind of patience in a world that thrives on instant results. Instant deliveries, instant feedback, instant everything. That discipline is truly what sets individuals up for long-term success.
Makes sense.
And this leads us directly to what many refer to as the eighth wonder of the world, an almost magical force.
Compound interest.
You got it. Compound interest. It's not just some dry concept for finance professors. It's a real-world superpower that you have at your disposal, particularly in your 20s.
A superpower, I like that.
And the longer you let it work, the more dramatic, the more exponential the results become.
Okay, so let's paint a picture for you. Maybe a scenario many of us can relate to.
Yeah, make it concrete.
Imagine two friends, both fresh out of university. Let's say they're 25 years old. We'll call them Alex and Ben.
Alex and Ben, okay.
Alex, maybe having heard something like this deep dive, commits to putting away just $100 a month, just $100, into a diversified, low-cost investment account, maybe an index fund.
Okay, seems manageable. $100.
Yeah, it's a modest sum, right? Maybe the cost of a few fancy coffees or a couple of streaming subscriptions, but it's consistent every month.
Consistency is key. And Ben.
Ben, on the other hand, believes in living for today. YOLO, right? That same $100 a month goes towards nights out, the latest gadgets, impulse online purchases.
Yeah.
Anything that delivers that immediate gratification buzz.
Thinking, I'll start saving later when I earn more.
Exactly that classic line. I'll start saving when I make more money.
So what happens? Fast forward. How long?
Let's fast forward 15 years. They're both 40 now.
Okay. 15 years of these habits.
By the age of 40, Alex, who diligently saved that seemingly small $100 a month,
just $100 a month,
has accumulated tens of thousands of dollars. And importantly, it's not just the initial money she consistently put in.
Right, it's the growth on top of that.
Exactly. That money has been growing, earning returns, and then those returns have been earning more returns. It's the classic snowball effect, right? Rolling downhill and just gaining mass and speed.
The magic of compounding in action. And Ben,
by contrast, has nothing tangible to show for that $100 a month, except, as the saying goes, memories.
Memories are great, but
they don't pay future bills, they don't provide a safety net, and they certainly don't offer financial options down the road.
That's a stark difference from tens of thousands saved.
Hugely stark. And the distinction between them goes far beyond just the cold, hard cash.
How so? What else changes?
For Alex, there's this profound, growing feeling of security and freedom. That financial cushion provides genuine options in life. It means less stress about unexpected expenses, a car repair, a medical bill. It means the ability to maybe pursue passions without constant financial pressure, or even the courage to take a calculated career risk because she has that safety net to fall back on.
Right, that freedom to choose, not just react.
Precisely. For Ben, the absence of that financial foundation means a different kind of life. Potentially one where he's constantly chasing the next paycheck, feeling less secure, maybe having fewer choices.
Which impacts your mental load, your stress levels, your overall well-being.
Absolutely. Financial stability, or the lack thereof, deeply impacts emotional resilience and literally shapes the entire trajectory of life choices later on.
It's really about building a future where you genuinely have agency over your own life, isn't it? Not one where you're perpetually just reacting to circumstances.
Exactly. You're in the driver's seat, financially speaking.
And this is where we connect back to that initial psychological shift we mentioned with Buffett's quote.
The save first idea.
Yeah. It's about deciding to make a conscious effort now. The truly profound insight here isn't just about the mechanics of compound interest, the math.
What is it then?
It's recognizing that you need to prioritize that future self today. It's about making a deliberate choice to value long-term security over short-term pleasure.
Okay, so let me ask you, the listener, honestly, because this is where, the rubber meets the road. How many times this month did you buy something you didn't really need?
Be honest now.
Yeah, really think about it. Maybe that extra artisanal coffee, that new app subscription, or an impulse online purchase that arrived. You opened it, and then it was quickly forgotten.
We've all been there.
For sure. And then follow that up with an even deeper question. How many hours did you actually work for that specific purchase?
Ooh, framing it in terms of life, energy, time. That hurts.
It does. Think about the finite time and energy you expended for something that might not have brought lasting value or contributed to your long-term goals.
What if you had taken that same amount of money, that same financial energy, and consciously invested it instead?
Even small amounts, consistently.
Right. This is the first choice, and it is absolutely foundational. Start investing early.
Don't wait.
Do not, under any circumstances, wait for the perfect salary, the perfect job, or that perfect moment when you suddenly feel ready.
Because that moment might never arrive, or you'll miss years of compounding.
Exactly. There is no such thing as a perfect moment. Small, consistent actions taken diligently over time are what truly build wealth. brick by financial brick.
Brick by brick, I like that.
It's about starting now with what you have, even if it feels incredibly insignificant, because those seemingly small, consistent actions will have an outsized, almost miraculous impact over decades.
It's the long game, totally. So if mastering your money is the bedrock, the unshakable foundation of financial freedom, what about the equally crucial energy we put into our most personal, intimate connections? Our relationships.
Relationships. Let's dive into that often misunderstood terrain.
Here's where it gets really interesting, I think. And frankly, where many people in their 20s can inadvertently fall into a bit of a trap.
A kind of trap?
Relationships. It's such a powerful, innate human instinct, isn't it? To connect, to belong, to find companionship.
Absolutely. We're wired for connection.
We often chase relationships, believing that if we just find the right person, they'll somehow complete us, fill some void we might feel inside, or bring us the happiness we think we lack.
The soulmate myth, almost.
Yeah, exactly. We invest immense emotional energy into searching for that perfect match, sometimes to the exclusion of everything else that actually contributes to a well-rounded life.
It's a compelling desire, isn't it? That search. But the core truth, and look, this can be a tough pill to swallow.
Okay, give it to us straight.
Is that if you don't genuinely know yourself, if you haven't done the essential internal work to understand your own values, your passions, your strengths, and yes, your authentic weaknesses,
The real you.
then no one else can possibly fill that gap for you. External relationships, no matter how wonderful, how loving, how seemingly perfect they might appear,
It can't fix you.
they simply cannot compensate for internal voids. They can't magically fix what you haven't addressed within yourself. If you bring an incomplete self, or maybe a self that's constantly seeking external validation to a relationship, you're inadvertently asking another person to carry a burden that isn't theirs.
And that's not fair to them or sustainable.
Exactly. And that, as we often see, is rarely a recipe for healthy, fulfilling, or sustainable connection.
Right. And this idea isn't just like spiritual or philosophical mumbo-jumbo, is it?
Not at all. It's a profound psychological truth. Dr. Jordan Peterson, a voice often heard on these kinds of topics, frequently articulates it with striking clarity.
What does he say?
He often says something along the lines of, if you want to attract a strong, capable partner, you must first become someone worth being with.
Become someone worth being with. Okay.
Now, this isn't about arrogance or striving for some unattainable perfection. Not at all.
What does it mean then, practically?
If we connect this to the bigger picture, it means focusing intensely on your own growth, cultivating your own integrity, defining and aligning with your own mission in life.
Building yourself up first.
Yes. When you commit to becoming the best, most authentic version of yourself, you naturally exude a different kind of energy. You attract compatible, strong partners because you are operating from a place of wholeness, purpose, and self-possession.
Instead of neediness.
Precisely. Rather than desperately seeking someone to validate you or complete some perceived deficit within yourself.
That makes a lot of sense.
And this raises an important, sometimes uncomfortable question for self-reflection.
Uh-oh. What is it?
If you are genuinely unhappy with yourself, right? If you haven't taken the time to cultivate your own self-respect, develop your interests, build a life that truly resonates with you, why would someone else be able to fix that for you? It's an internal job, fundamentally, not an external one that another person can somehow shoulder.
Right. You can't outsource your own happiness or self-worth.
Exactly. True, deep, and lasting relationships thrive when both individuals come from a place of inner strength and self-sufficiency, not from a place of seeking completion from the other.
Like two whole people coming together.
You are essentially bringing two full, overflowing cups to the table, not two halves hoping to make a whole. It's a subtle but crucial distinction that changes the entire dynamic.
Two full cups, not two half-empty ones. I like that. And this notion of focusing on your own mission, your own purpose, even before prioritizing a relationship. That's counterintuitive to some, maybe?
It can feel that way in our romance-obsessed culture, sure.
But it's something we see echoed powerfully in the stories of immensely successful individuals. Let me give you an example. Okay, who?
Steve Jobs. He once famously reflected that when he was utterly consumed with building Apple in those formative, intense years...
The garage days.
Exactly. Finding the perfect partner simply wasn't on his radar. His mind was entirely obsessed with his mission, with creating something revolutionary, with pushing the boundaries of what was possible. He was so engrossed in his work and his own personal growth.
Focused inward and on the mission.
Totally. And what happened? As he pursued that purpose, as he built himself and his vision, The right people, including his eventual life partner, Lorraine Powell Jobs, naturally came into his life. They were drawn to his passion and dedication.
Right, they met him on his path. They didn't define the path for him.
Perfectly put.
And what's often overlooked in that kind of narrative is the quality of the connections that emerge when you prioritize self-development first.
These relationships aren't based primarily on neediness or just superficial attraction. They tend to be based on a deeper resonance, maybe a shared understanding of purpose or a genuine admiration for the qualities you've painstakingly cultivated in yourself.
So more substance.
Definitely. They emerge from a place of authenticity and shared values, rather than being the primary pursuit that consumes all your emotional energy before you even know who you are.
It's about building a life that you are profoundly proud of, right? A life that is rich and meaningful in its own right.
Yes.
And then inviting someone to share in that already vibrant journey rather than trying to build your entire life around finding someone.
That's the core difference. So here is the truth. The unvarnished reality that will serve you so well in your 20s. Stop searching desperately for the right person.
It's like the frantic search.
Yeah, that energy, that intense focus is often misplaced, particularly when you're young and still very much figuring out who you are and what you want to contribute to the world.
So where should that energy go?
Instead, consciously redirect that powerful emotional energy into focusing on your goals, on building your future, on meticulously crafting the person you genuinely aspire to be. This means intentional self-discovery.
How do you do that practically?
It means making a conscious choice to spend quality time alone. Don't fear it, embrace it.
Alone time isn't loneliness.
Not at all. Travel alone if you possibly can. It's incredibly eye-opening. Read alone, deeply engaging with new ideas that challenge you. Pursue hobbies and interests that truly ignite your passion without the need for external validation or immediate companionship.
Just for you.
Exactly. Discover who you truly are, independent of anyone else's influence or expectations. This isn't loneliness. It is absolutely critical preparation.
Preparation for what?
Preparation for life.
Right.
It builds resilience, it fosters profound self-awareness, and it solidifies a strong personal identity that is absolutely invaluable in later life, not just for romantic relationships, but for every challenge, every opportunity, and every friendship you'll encounter. It equips you with an inner compass.
An inner compass, right.
Because here's the stark, undeniable reality that you'll understand deeply one day. Later in life, you simply will not get this precious time back.
You can't rewind.
No. Your 20s offer this unique window of relative freedom and flexibility to explore yourself without the often intense responsibilities of established career paths, mortgages, family commitments, and other things that often arrive later.
It's a unique phase.
Absolutely. And trust me, when you look back one day, you will be profoundly grateful you used your 20s to truly know yourself, to build your inner world, to cultivate your passions. Instead of simply wasting it on a string of maybe ill-fitting relationships that were never meant to last or that ultimately distracted you from your own essential growth. This foundational work, this investment in yourself, pays dividends that compound for decades in every single area of your life.
Wow. Okay. So the second choice we're highlighting is crystal clear and incredibly powerful. Invest your emotional energy primarily in building yourself.
Build you first.
Cultivate your purpose, explore your passions, solidify your independence, and build that unshakable inner core. The right partner, the genuinely compatible person, will meet you along the way.
Drawn to the person you've become.
Exactly. Drawn to the incredible, authentic person you've become, not before. It's a subtle but utterly crucial distinction in how you approach connection.
Absolutely crucial.
Now that we've talked about our financial bedrock and our emotional foundations, let's pivot to the most fundamental vehicle for all of this. Your body.
The physical self, often neglected when we're young.
We often forget this, or perhaps we just take it completely for granted, especially when we're young and feel, seemingly invincible.
Bulletproof 20s.
Totally.
Yeah.
But your body is quite literally your only vehicle for life. You get just one.
One body for the whole journey.
And how you treat it, how you fuel it, how you move it, how you rest it, how you manage its stress in your 20s, those decisions profoundly dictate how it will serve you, or conversely, how it will inevitably limit you in your 40s, 50s, and well beyond.
The consequences echo for decades.
Massively. This isn't just about looking good, about superficial aesthetics, though, hey, that can be a pleasant byproduct.
Sure, looking good is nice.
But it's really about having the sustained energy, the unwavering focus, the mental clarity, and the sheer longevity to pursue all the dreams, goals, and deep connections we've just been discussing.
Your health underpins everything.
It really does. Your health choices made now have profound compounding effects, determining your vitality, your resilience, and even your cognitive sharpness for decades to come.
It's another form of compounding, like with money.
Exactly. Think about iconic athletes like Cristiano Ronaldo.
Okay, incredible athlete.
He's nearing 40, right? An age when many professional athletes have long since retired or are well past their prime. Yet he still performs at an absolutely elite level, often like someone 10 years his junior.
It's honestly remarkable. How does he do it?
Well, it's not magic, and it's certainly not just an accident of natural talent, though he undoubtedly possesses that in spades.
Talent helps, but it's not the whole story.
Right. It's because he made incredibly disciplined, consistent choices early on and has maintained them rigorously throughout his entire career.
Like what kind of choices?
He eats meticulously well, understanding that food is not just sustenance, but precise fuel for performance and recovery. He trains daily, consistently pushing his physical limits, but also focusing intensely on recovery and longevity.
Training smart, not just hard.
Yes. And he prioritizes sleep, recognizing its crucial, non-negotiable role in muscle repair, hormonal balance, and peak cognitive performance. He essentially respected his body as the high-performance machine it needed to be to achieve his extraordinary goals.
Treating his body like the asset it is.
Precisely. And what's truly fascinating here is that his physical prowess isn't merely a testament to his genetic lottery ticket. It's a living, breathing, compelling example of consistent, disciplined choices made over a very, very long period.
It's the physical equivalent of the compound interest we discussed earlier with money.
Exactly. You nailed it. Every healthy meal, every focused workout, every uninterrupted night's sleep was like an investment that compounded over years.
Building that extraordinary physical foundation.
Yeah, building a foundation that allows him to defy the typical aging curves we see for athletes. It powerfully illustrates that your body truly is a direct, undeniable reflection of the choices you consistently make, day in and day out.
It's not about one heroic effort, it's about the accumulation of those small, smart decisions.
So true. Now here's a challenge, a moment for honest introspection that applies to all of us listening.
Okay, lay it on us.
Ask yourself today, right now, how many hours do you sit staring at a screen, whether it's for work, for leisure, for entertainment, or just, mindless scrolling?
Guilty as charged. Sometimes.
We all are, to some extent.
Oh.
And how often do you trade precious restorative sleep for staying up later, endlessly scrolling through social media feeds, or binge watching another episode of that show?
Just one more episode trap?
Totally. And how often do you reach for processed junk food? Something quick, convenient, maybe loaded with artificial ingredients and empty calories, simply because it's easy, rather than opting for something genuinely nourishing, something that truly fuels your incredible body.
Convenience often wins over health, doesn't it?
It often does. But these seemingly small, isolated choices, just like with money, compound over time.
They add up.
They don't typically have an immediate, dramatic impact that screams for your attention the next day, usually.
No sudden collapse, usually.
Right. Instead, they gradually, almost imperceptibly, create either immense strength and resilience or slow, insidious weakness in the long run.
Slow erosion or slow building.
Exactly. Skipping a workout here, making an unhealthy food choice there, sacrificing sleep tonight individually, they seem minor, almost inconsequential. But consistently, over months and years, they build up.
For better or for worse.
Right. Either contributing to a remarkably resilient, energetic, and sharp body and mind, or slowly, silently eroding your health, your vitality, and ultimately your potential. It's a slow burn, for sure, but the cumulative consequences are immense, determining your overall quality of life for decades.
That's sobering, but this is precisely where your 20s offer an unparalleled, maybe once-in-a-lifetime advantage.
What's the advantage?
You have natural energy, you generally have more metabolic flexibility, and your recovery capacity is usually much higher than it will be later in life. Use it.
Don't waste that youthful advantage.
Exactly. This is the unique window to build habits that will literally carry you through life with incredible vitality, mental clarity, and robust resilience. It's a prime opportunity to establish routines that don't just serve your present self, but profoundly benefit your future self.
So what should people do? What are the practical steps?
So the consistent routine. Make movement a non-negotiable, hopefully joyful part of your daily life.
Move every day.
Move your body every single day. And look, Not primarily for aesthetic goals like six-pack abs, so that might be a pleasant side effect or a motivator for some.
What's the main goal then?
Do it for the profound, deeper benefits it offers. For sustained energy levels throughout the day, for sharper mental focus, for enhanced mood and emotional regulation, for stress reduction, for improved sleep quality, and ultimately for longevity and disease prevention. This is an investment in your brain as much as your muscles.
It impacts everything. Trust me on this, listeners. There is no investment more powerful, more impactful, or more foundational than this one in your health.
Couldn't agree more.
Your physical well-being underpins absolutely everything else in your life. It directly impacts your capacity to learn, to earn, to engage meaningfully in your relationships, to pursue your creative and professional goals, to handle stress effectively, to recover from setbacks.
And to simply enjoy the richness and beauty of life itself.
Exactly. A healthy body provides the fundamental platform upon which you build your entire future. Neglect it, and everything else becomes harder, more arduous, and ultimately less fulfilling. Prioritize it, and you unlock an incredible wellspring of potential and an unshakable sense of vitality.
So the message is clear.
So the third choice is undeniable and critically important. Respect your body. Treat it as the invaluable vehicle it is, the only one you've got. Build health not just for the short term, but health that will not only sustain you now, but will last a lifetime.
Granting you the energy,
the focus, and the boundless vitality to truly live out your full potential for decades to come.
Powerful stuff.
So let's bring it all back then. Back to that big foundational question we started with. What are the 3 best choices you can make in your 20s to truly shape the next 50 years of your life?
The big takeaways.
We've walked through them in detail, hopefully offering you some powerful, actionable insights. Let's recap.
Please do.
First, it's all about building sound financial habits that create not just wealth, but genuine freedom, security, and options. It's about being deliberate with your money, prioritizing saving first, and letting time work its incredible magic through the power of compound interest.
Master your money habits. Got it.
Second, it's about wisely investing your emotional energy, primarily in building yourself, discovering your unique purpose, your authentic strength, your self-worth, instead of chasing relationships to complete you.
Build yourself, don't chase others.
Right. Cultivate yourself deeply, and the right fulfilling connections will naturally emerge along your path.
Makes sense. And third,
it's about respecting your body as your most vital vehicle, your ultimate vessel for life. It's about building health that will not just last a year or two, but a lifetime, underpinning everything else you strive to achieve and experience.
Respect your body, build lasting health. 3 huge ones.
Absolutely.
And if you forget everything else we've discussed today, maybe remember this simple yet profoundly powerful analogy we touched on earlier.
Which one? The foundation.
Sort of. Your 20s are not primarily about finding the perfect life partner overnight, nor are they about making millions instantly. Those things might come as wonderful outcomes, or they might not, and frankly, they are often secondary to what you build.
Okay, so what are the 20s fundamentally about then?
Fundamentally, your 20s are about diligently laying bricks, one by one, deliberately and consistently.
Laying bricks.
Each small, conscious decision you make in these 3 pivotal areas, your money, your relationships, and your health, is a brick. You're meticulously laying a solid, unshakable foundation.
So
that your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and all the decades beyond are built on strength, on resilience, on profound gratitude, and on a deep sense of purpose, rather than on regret, missed opportunities, or the arduous, energy-draining task of constantly trying to repair a weak foundation laid earlier.
Building on strength, not regret. That resonates.
And the iterative, the cumulative nature of these choices truly cannot be overstated. It's rarely about one single grand life-altering decision. Instead, it's the daily, often mundane, small choices, those seemingly insignificant moments that aggregate over time into monumental, life-defining outcomes.
The small things add up.
Hugely. And the absence of regret, that quiet, deep satisfaction of looking back at a life where you purposefully built rather than passively reacted, that is perhaps one of the most powerful motivators for a truly fulfilling and meaningful existence.
That inner peace.
Exactly. It's the inner peace that comes from knowing you profoundly honored your future self.
So tonight, as you wrap up your day, listener, I want to encourage you to do something simple, something to genuinely kickstart your thinking and maybe translate these powerful ideas into immediate, actionable steps.
A little homework.
Just a little reflection. Take a few quiet moments for honest self-reflection and ask yourself these 3 direct questions.
Okay, what are they?
1. Am I truly consciously making these 3 pivotal choices? 2. Am I spending, saving, or actively investing my financial resources? 3. Am I chasing external relationships to fill a void? Or am I consciously building myself, my purpose, my internal world, my authentic core?
And the last one.
And finally,
wow.
Am I strengthening and honoring my body, treating it as a precious vehicle it is? Or am I, maybe through my daily habits, slowly, imperceptibly eroding its strength and vitality?
Wow. Those are powerful questions to sit with.
They really are.
And ultimately, these aren't just choices for your present self, for the person you are right now, today.
Who are they for them?
They are a profound offering, really. A deeply meaningful gift to your future self.
A gift to future you.
Yes. The person you become in your 30s, your 40s, your 50s, and beyond, their happiness, their health, their financial security, their inner peace, their overall capacity for joy and contribution is largely and undeniably determined by the deliberate, thoughtful actions you choose to take right now in this unique, fertile decade.
The choices echo forward.
Absolutely. It's a profound responsibility, yes, but it is also an incredible, almost limitless opportunity. A chance to consciously sculpt the very trajectory and quality of your entire life.
It's empowering when you think of it that way.
It truly is.
Because your future self is absolutely waiting for the life you build for them. And the ultimate question, the one that holds all the power, really is, what kind of life are you building for them starting today?
A question to live by.
The power to shape that future, to lay that unshakable foundation, is entirely, unequivocally in your hands. Make those choices count.